Good morning, respected patrons, esteemed faculty, distinguished guests, and dear participants offline, and to those of you who have joined via YouTube stream. It is both an honor and a delight to welcome you all to this one-day national seminar on translation and technology, trends, challenges, and opportunities organized by the Department of English of VISTAS, which stands as a vibrant center for the exploration of language, literature, and communication. Guided by a vision to emerge as a beacon of English studies, it equips learners to be articulate communicators, versatile professionals, and ethical individuals. By fostering both intellectual depth and integrity, the department continues to shape scholars who excel across diverse fields and contribute meaningfully to society. Now, in an age where languages are no longer confined to geography, translation becomes the bridge that connects minds, cultures, and civilizations. And today, as technology reshapes every sphere of our lives, the art of translation itself is being reimagined, offering us new possibilities as well as new dilemmas. With this thought in mind, we gather here to reflect, engage, and envision. To put into perspective, this one-day national seminar seeks to explore the evolving relationship between language and innovation. With rise of machine translation, AI, and computer-assisted tools, the act of translation is no longer just a literary bridge, but also a technological frontier. The seminar provides a platform to examine emerging trends, innovations, and challenges in the digital age, ranging from code switching in multilingual context to the integration of natural language processing, automation, and digital platforms. It is an invaluable opportunity for educators, researchers, and practitioners to refine their skills, broaden their perspectives, and contribute meaningfully to the future of translation studies and English teaching. Without further ado, I take immense pleasure in inviting Dr. M. Nagalakshmi ma'am, professor from the Department of English, to extend the words of welcome and set the tone for today's seminar. Over to you, ma'am.
Dr. Nagalakshmi ma'am is on leave, emergency leave, so I'm taking her role. Good morning, everybody. A very good morning, esteemed dignitaries, respected speakers, dear colleagues, scholars, and participants. It is with great joy and sense of purpose that I extend a heartfelt welcome to each one of you to this one-day national level seminar. On behalf of the Department of English and the entire organizing committee, I would like to thank you for your time to join us, both in person and online, for whatever promises to be a day of insightful discourse. We are here to explore a theme that is profoundly reshaping our world: translation and technology, trends, challenges, and opportunities. As the renowned translator Edith Grossman once noted, translation is not a matter of words, it is a matter of making intelligible a whole culture. Today, we stand at a fascinating juncture where technology has become a partner, indispensable partner in the monumental task of building cultural bridges. Especially, it is very important to note when there is no geographical borders. This seminar would certainly will enlighten the participants. And on behalf of the English Department and Organizing Committee, I would like to extend our heartfelt welcome to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. M. Bhaskaran sir, and to the speakers, Dr. Mahendran sir from Tamil Nadu Open University, and Mr. Rajendran, who is a professional translator, and all the participants, scholars, everyone to this one-day national level seminar. We are truly honored to have with us distinguished cadre of speakers who will illuminate our path today. The very first translation is from Sumeria. You will be surprised to know. Sumeria is a very tiny land, and that's the poem, epic poem of Gilgamesh, around 2000 BC. So translation is not today's matter to discuss. It has taken place like 2000 BC itself. And the very first translation of Indian epic, if you can guess, Bhagavad Gita, took place in 1700s, which is again 300 years back, right? So until now, we have been involving ourselves in translation. To mention a very latest one, I don't know, I have started liking Perumal Murugan's all his writing. And he has written a lot of books in Tamil, and almost all his Tamil books are translated into many of international languages, at least 20 to 30 languages. So that is the culture. So our Indian culture is being translated, communicated to the entire world, and so vice versa. So language is a carrier. It's a carrier. It's a tool which carries the culture. So translation plays a very, very major role in conveying our culture to the Westerners or to the other culture to us. Only by exchange of cultures we will have a better understanding, and that understanding will help us to have a smooth coexistence in the world. And I would like to reiterate this particular point of coexisting because the world has lost its border for geopolitical policies or issues or whatever. But right now, everybody can be found, every nationalities can be found in every part of the world. So that has become, the world has shrunk geographically. But our mind has to extend to that extent that we have to embrace each culture and every culture, to understand them, to accept all people as they are, without having any inhibitions or without having any limitations in our mind. So it is the place where we talk about translation, we talk about cultural blocks, cultural challenges, where we open our mind to accept the world as it is. With this short note, I would like to welcome once again our Vice Chancellor, sir, and the speakers, and all the participants, and my dear faculty members here. Thank you. Over to you, my dear.
Thank you, ma'am, for taking over and delivering such a warm words of welcome. And your take on translation, especially your nuances on Epic of Gilgamesh, was absolutely enlightening. Thank you, ma'am. Now, with immense honor and regard, I kindly invite Dr. M. Bhaskaran, sir, Vice Chancellor in charge of VISTAS, to kindly honor our chief guests. Thank you, sir. Now, I yet again invite with great respect Dr. M. Bhaskaran, sir, Vice Chancellor in charge of VISTAS, to kindly deliver the inaugural address and inaugurate the intellectual journey of the day. Over to you, sir.
So online
இருக்காங்க சார் யூடியூப் ஸ்ட்ரீம் பண்ணுங்க யூடியூப் ஸ்ட்ரீம்.
say warm good morning to everyone. Hope all are doing fine. Everyone is fine. Huh? Okay. Dr. Mahendran, a professor of English from Tamil Nadu Open University, and we are here with us for this important event. Mr. James Radhashekhar, a translator, Dr. Sendamare, head of the Department of English Department, and your faculties. And more importantly, the next generation. We talk about they're going to talk about the one-day brainstorming session on the national translation technology trends and challenges and opportunities. And you are the main beneficiaries, and you are the users, and you are the carriers to transform whatever they are going to talk or whatever they are going to inculcate for this one-day program. So we all aware that this important event. So we in VISTAS, we frequently organize this sort of brainstorming, a workshop, knowledge sharing, mainly for the benefit of faculty and students and scholars. So in this context only, the series of events we are being organized, and one of the event is they are selected today. We appreciate the initiative taken by Sendamare and the team in organizing this important event. Why I'm saying it's important event? So every event is important event, but when you look at the things are happening around us, we know how the technological transformation is penetrating everywhere. That is the trend. That is maybe of advancement, technology, not only in the translation of language only, it is in every field, every walks of field. The technology is coming in a very, very faster mode, unless otherwise, if you are if you are not equipping, you cannot. We have to collaborate. Maybe of your domain specific English or language or Tamil or French or Japanese or engineering, any subject, but you need to collaborate, you need to integrate, then only you can able to compete, and then only you can able to transform your life, what you wanted to live. So in this context only, they are organizing. You are all aware about that. How nowadays, when we talk about the earlier day, we know only about tele transcription type of things are happening. Now realizing the importance only, I used to indicate Dr. Sandamari also whenever we have some meeting. The government of India has taken a Ministry of Education through the Central Institute of Indian Languages. You all heard about it. If you are not know, please go through Central. There is a spearheading institute to make because we have 22 officially declared languages in India. The government of India initiative used to make the translate all these 22 languages so that the contest text of knowledge should translate should be known to everyone in the Indian citizens. So that is the mission of the government of India. That is national language transmission, for which they are funding also, which is being coordinated by the Central Institute of Indian Languages through Ministry of Education. So that is the significance the government of India is taking, because the translation and technology trends are evolving very rapidly. Everybody knows, which is driven by the either artificial intelligence or neural machine learning. There are many things are there. I am not going in depth because our experts are here. You all know about what is AI power, ChatGPT, and what are the apps available. You know, DeepLearn or the Google app or Google Translate or Google or Microsoft Translate. Many things are available, and depends upon the situation, depends upon the requirement, a domestic requirement, a sophisticated requirement, or European. If you take the DeepLearn, they're mainly using for the accuracy and translation of the European languages. So likewise, every app is available. These are the three main app tools are being used for the translations, because whether it is a voice or video localization or whatever the accuracy or contact, everything depends upon the what type of app you are using, what type of translation tools you are using, which is very much essential, need of the hour, because it is time saving. But I am not saying I will not accept that the technology or AI or whatever the thing you are talking, which is completely replace the human potential like you people. It cannot be. Cannot be, which is a supplement, added tools only, mainly to speed up the process. So once upon a time, when we were doing our doctoral program and all during 90s, we used to manually do all the data compilation through replication wise, through treatment wise, through the integration wise, everything you do manually. So it's a laborious process. Now you know the small calculator has come, then small computer has come, now program has come. Now everything you can by click of the mouse within few seconds you can get all your data calibrated, calculated. You get with the CD value. All these things will happen. So this is the speed in which, the accuracy in which we can able to generate the data. But there are challenges, the opportunities are whenever there is a new technology is coming out. Opportunities always there, but challenges also available. Challenges also exist. So we have to understand how to address. So I have this laptop. I know how to use it. Sometimes it's troubleshooting has arise. I should not keep mum. So I should know how to log in, how to overcome from this troubleshooting. So that is the technical know-how everyone should be aware about it, including you take a medical program. Yesterday I was in the Freshers inauguration of our Wales Medical College, Peripalayam campuses. There were a big crowd. Yeah, you have people who have heard about the Chinnakaran Sivasankaran. He is the CEO of IO. He is the mentor and managing director of IO Healthcare. IO Healthcare. He was telling like that only. He was telling you may study your nursing education, you may study physiotherapy, you may study allied health, you may study occupational therapy or pharmacy, but unless otherwise you are equipping with the latest trend and technology. If you have 100 nurses equipped with the knowledge of AI, I can engage immediately. So like that, even with the 1 lakh salary, I can assure that the student can get the placement internship at the UK. So that is the assurance they are giving. So domain specific knowledge is essential. Simultaneously, you should equip yourself the skill based, which are all the tools and technique available to cope up, to move forward to the next level. That is very much essential. That's what I'm highlighting here, because resist thing and all, what are the challenges, what are the trends available, opportunities, benefits, everything they will be here to teach you, and what not to be. So please make use of the opportunity and make more interactive. So they are here, they are the master and expert, but doesn't mean that you don't know anything. You know everything. By click of this, just say from my APJ blog to come over, just my click of the button because he was insisting. I don't know what to talk. Just I have seen within few seconds, few minutes, I could able to catch up. I can able to memorize few points to what to deliver. So that is important. So everything available, everything is what she said, like everything is within our forehand, within our hand itself. So only thing you should have willpower, courage, willpower, and to have the whatever the challenges, you have the courage to overcome those challenges. Then you can become a successful personality. Be optimist always. Many people, whenever you look somebody, will also get done. They can go down. I think life is a challenging task. Everybody, every moment, will not get the happiest moment every day. Every day, being a student, being a scholar, utilize the opportunity, utilize the campus opportunity, utilize the library facilities. You know everything available. Only thing you need to come out with an optimistic manner and how to utilize the every day, every hour potentially, purposefully. If the day today the first hour is gone, you cannot get back, revert back again. So that is the order of the day. So that is the need of the hour. For the purpose only we are all here. So equip yourself. Don't bother about your studying language, English, everything. If you equip, you are the master. Even I may be of many skill with the doctor, a surgeon. Unless or if I am not trained with the machine learning or robotics, technical know-how, I cannot depend on only the medical instrument technician and operator. I have to know, I should know everything. Otherwise, I cannot become a successful surgeon or successful medico. So like that, the things are moving. Please utilize the opportunity. And even a small thing, learn very, very, very keenly and show interest. Come out. On the end of the day, you should go out of this wall of this room. At least while coming in, I don't know. I know something, but now you are going in an organized manner. What is translation? How the technology is penetrating in the form of translation? Why should I learn? How it is beneficial? So these things are very, very important. So with that note, I request that Sandra Marai, everyone collectively kindly inform me and by Monday what is the outcome impact of this 2-day program. Dr. Mahendra knows, though he is from Tamil Nadu Open University, the Tamil Nadu don't think that from Tamil Nadu Open University teaching a student from the learners from the offline teaching is very, very tough. Like people, we are talking anything, but they are all doing human services because they are teaching the people. Because teaching is a continuous process, ever learning process. Teaching can be done anywhere, anytime, everywhere. Nowadays, no, teaching only you have to come to and sit here only is not required. Anytime. This is a basic fundamental you're leading. You want to will and urge power, you can learn anytime. Even one lady, we are given, we adopted that madam also 60 years after retirement. The money, the penny of whatever she has earned, she has aspiration to do PG, degree, PG, PhD. Because of the domestic reasons, after marriage, she could not do so. She was working government service. As husband is not permitted. Then after the retirement, after settlement of the family, she studied, joined Tamil Nadu Open University. She completed BA, MA, doctoral, I think. So that is the commitment. That is the perseverance. You should understand. So with their own money. So by seeing one day what she is doing and why she was sitting daily, coming here, because daily she used to come and sit in the corridor and reading, going to the library, she chat with the people. Then we adopted her. They paid the fees because she is spending from her own pension money. So that is the commitment. So learning is a continuous process, ever learning. Till last breath, you can read. That is the good. That only keep you alive and active. So with this note, I once again welcome Dr. Mahendran, James Rajendran, Rajesh Segar for this event, and also congratulate and appreciate, compliment to everyone for this program. Thank you so much. Okay, Mahendran. So I have. Thank you, sir. Okay, please.
Thank you, sir, for your presence. We are highly grateful, sir. Now, as our Vice Principal, Vice Chancellor in charge has said, the rising trend of AI should be viewed in an optimistic manner and not be taken as something to be competed with. So, with that in mind, let's become masters of AI. And now, as we step into our first session, we turn our gaze to a theme that lies at the very heart of the seminar, the role of technology in translation. With this in mind, I now request Dr. K. Vijay ma'am, Assistant Professor from the Department of English, to introduce our distinguished guest who will enlighten us on this compelling theme. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to present the profile of our distinguished guest and esteemed resource speaker, Dr. R. Mahendran, whose academic contribution and professional engagement have placed him at the forefront of contemporary literary and cultural studies, particularly in the evolving field of translational studies. The National Seminar on Translation and Technology Trends, Challenges, and Opportunities bring together scholars, researchers, and practitioners from various diverse disciplines to deliberate on the dynamics of language, culture, identity, and meaning making. At such an intellectually vibrant platform, it is most befitting that we have with us Dr. Mahendran, a versatile academic and visionary thinker whose insight into translation and literary studies bridge the gap between theory and practice. His presence here is not only a matter of pride, but also a source of inspiration for the entire academic community gathered today. Dr. Mahendran has carved out a significant space for himself in academia through years of committed scholarship and dedicated teaching. He currently serves as an assistant professor of English at Tamil Nadu Open University, where he has been a guiding force for students and research scholars alike. His academic foundation lies in literary studies, translation studies, and cultural studies disciplines which he approaches with an interdisciplinary and critical lens. Over the years, Dr. Mahendran has made significant contribution to the academic community through his scholarly 44 publication, 23 conference presentation, delivered 18 lectures, participated in more than 32 training programs. Moreover, he has organized 27 programs at the international, national, and regional level. In addition, his interviews and talks on ODL have been aired and broadcast in All India Radio and Doordarshan Podigai respectively. Under his supervision, a candidate has submitted her PhD thesis and three doctoral research scholars are pursuing their research. His work, published in reputed national and international journals, deal with literature, comparative cultural context, and translational theories have opened up discussion that connect the local with the global, highlighting how translational practice shape both grassroots narratives and international scholarship, thereby providing valuable insights into the intersection of language and culture. Dr. Mahendran's expertise has been applauded at various national and international platforms. He has been invited as a resource person, keynote speaker, and panelist at several gatherings where his lectures and interactions have left a lasting impression. His ability to simplify complex theoretical concepts, relate them to practical, real world context, makes him much sought after academic speaker. In addition to academia, Dr. Humanities. Through this engagement, he has contributed to the fostering academic collaboration and promoting cross-cultural understanding. His presence in such forums underscores his commitment to building intellectual bridges between disciplines, regions, and culture. His insights on translational practice in the Indian context, where linguistic plurality and cultural diversity are defining features, have been particularly influential. He draws attention to the challenges and opportunities of translating indigenous and regional literature into global languages, ensuring that cultural authenticity is preserved even while reaching wider audiences. In today's world, where cultural interactions are accelerating and knowledge travels across border, the role of translation becomes even more critical. At such a juncture, the presence of scholars like Dr. R. Mahendran provides communities with fresh perspective, theoretical clarity, and a practical framework to navigate the complexities of translational practices. For students, researchers, and fellow academicians attending the seminar promises to be intellectually stimulating, professionally enriching, and ensures participants gain valuable insights. On behalf of the organizing committee, it's with great pride that we welcome Dr. R. Mahendran to the seminar. His participation not only enhances the academic credibility of this gathering, but also offers an opportunity to interact with one of the most insightful voices in the field of translation today. Let us extend our heartfelt greetings to Dr. Mahendran. Thank you.
Can you take over, guys, sir?
Very good morning to every one of you gathered here. Most respected Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university. He is not only your Vice Chancellor, he was also my Vice Chancellor. I served under his able guidance for 3 years when he was the Vice Chancellor of our university. He is an able administrator and a taskmaster. He has brought a lot of new things to the university. He was the person who is behind in introducing research program in Tamil Nadu Open University. It is really a remarkable achievement by your Vice Chancellor. I also thank Professor Santhamare Madam, who has invited me as a resource person to this seminar on translation studies. Here, Mr. James Rajashekharan, really an eminent translator, a professional translator, as pointed out by your head of the department. I used to call him as a Shakespearean translator, like a Shakespearean critic. He is a Shakespearean translator. He has translated many of Shakespeare's writings into Tamil. Not only a translation, he has done adaptation also. He has adapted Shakespeare's drama into Tamil as novels. It is a very tremendous job he has done. His contribution is really appreciable in the academic field. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I also thank the faculty members and the students of this university and other universities who are inclined to attend this seminar to learn something. We can't do justice for the entire topic of this seminar within 1 hour or 1.5 hours. I should accept our discomfort and constraints. However, I will try to do justice for my topic. Translation is as old as the language emerges. As head of the department pointed out, it has a long history. The translation is indispensable. It is with us every day. Imagine you are reading a English daily. You are simultaneously translating that news into your mother tongue. The translation is happening very well. Similarly, the technology emerges when the translation in technology has come out. We may think that it has been existing in translation for the past 20 years or 10 years. According to the research and statistics, the mechanical translation happened in 1950s. It is not a new trend. Technology is not a new one in translation aspect. It has a long history like the translation field. Now the translation is an interdisciplinary and a transdisciplinary study. You can apply the translation in computer science. You can apply the translation in neuroscience. Then you can apply this strategy in any field. So that's why we call it as an interdisciplinary and a transdisciplinary study in not only in the field of literature but in all the fields. So the that my talk is technology in translation opportunities and challenges. If Dr. Sandamarai ma'am asks you to translate a piece from English to Tamil, what will you immediately do? How many of you will do as a human does the translation? We immediately go to the AI. Because the AI produces the translation within a fraction of a second. Whatever you want, it will give. Whether it is right or wrong, that is the question. Why do we approach the AI or any mechanical tool to translate a content or a message or anything? Then not only the translation is possible for text, but you can translate your image also. There are a lot of softwares available. I am speaking here. My talk can be translated immediately to any other languages. When the election campaign was conducted by the former prime minister, by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his talk is immediately translated to 5 languages. It is possible because of the technology. The artificial intelligence is emerging to support us. We should accept. At the same time, it creates some problems. It creates some problems. How can we overcome that problems? Whether we depend upon the technology fully or there is any restriction. This is the objective of my talk. I want to divide my talk into 4 parts. Within 1 hour, I will give you something. Just learn. You try to practice it after this seminar. First, the introduction of the translation, then the history of translation, then lesson translation, and artificial intelligence, and experimental basis. Without the experiment, how can we accept it is good or bad? Okay. There are 2 kinds of approaches towards translation. One is translation is an art, another one is translation is a science. Why do we call it as an art and why do we call it as a science? The science is in the aspect of in linguistics aspect. In the language part, we can call it as a science. But in the aesthetic part, we can call it as an art. Okay. So translation is an art of transporting a message or a content from one language to another, from one person to another, from one culture to another. You know very well. I have used the word transportation. I don't use transform, a transfer, transportation. You imagine you are uploading some goods in a lorry. You are loading some goods in a lorry. You want the driver to unload it in some other places. Whatever the goods is loaded in that lorry must be unloaded in a place. So whatever is in the source text, that must be in the target text. If the message is misleading from the source text to target text, it may not be a faithful translation. The intervention of the translators should not be there. The translator should be a faithful translator, should be trustworthy to the original text. Then only the meaning, the culture, and everything is in the source text. can be easily transported to the other languages. That's why I have used the word transportation, transport. Okay. Then translation is not only transforming the meaning or transporting the content or any message to from one place to another place. It connects the culture, it bridges the culture across the world. Madam has said Perumal Murugan's novels are widely translated in the global languages. Yes. Why? Perumal Murugan's writings are translated into the world language not only for his, not only for the content of the novel, but for the culture of the novel. Pama's Karukku was translated into English. That means that our culture is transferred to the other culture. So the translation bridges the culture across the world. There are a lot of definitions for the translation, or at the same time, no definition is more suitable for the translation. Just I have cited only one definition for understanding purpose. You don't think that it is the final definition. It may be an example. That's all. Raymond Jacobson is a very famous translator, a theorist. He defined translation as the interpretation of verbal signs by means of some other languages. You are translating the words from one language to another. That's all. There are different kinds of translation: word for word translation, uh, literal translation, literature translation, everything. There are so many problems in finding equivalences also, whether it is dynamic equivalence or whether the connotative meaning is translated. There are a lot of problems. I'm not going into the how to, the problem solving issues here. But at the same time, we must understand what is translation. That's the basic thing. Translation is the communication of the meaning of a text in a source language. So your source language may be Tamil or English, whatever is your mother tongue or whatever is the text you have taken up for the translation. That may be the original work, that may be the source language. It may be a comprehensive version of target language without causing any loss of the original message. Any loss of the original message. There is a problem. A creative writer, if you ask a creative writer to translate the work of another creative writer, there is a chance for losing the translation. So the translator's creativity can be used to translate another person's text. So if there is an overlap between the creativity, the real meaning is lost. It is not sure that the translator is clearly translated the original work of the person. Okay, that's why we should not use our intelligence when we are translating a text. Okay, we can use our intelligence to find the equivalences. We find the equivalences. It should not be a over translation. We used to call that, it's a terminology is over translation. Okay, come to the next point. In Indian context, translation is a very important data for creating Indian literature. In the 18th and 19th century, translation is the main source of literature. So many texts in the Indian languages were translated from within Indian languages and from foreign languages to the Indian languages. So that's why our Indian literature becomes a meaningful and a very important literature in the world literature. Okay, come to the point. Machine translation. What is machine translation? Very simple. What is machine translation? A layman is going to the ATM machine to draw some amount. The machine immediately asks the choice of the language. If I am quite familiar with the English, I will choose definitely English. If I am not sound in English, I will definitely choose my mother tongue. That may be Tamil. Okay. The person prefers to Tamil and gets the transaction of the business. That's okay. So for which purpose the automatic translation was in for this kind of purpose, the automatic translation was introduced. Next, AI has emerged. In the era of AI, the translation is very enormous, and we can get quick translation, and we can get a n number of text in a fraction of a second. Okay. There is a dispute. When there is an innovation, similarly, simultaneously, there will be a dispute. Whenever you find a new idea, simultaneously you will get an opposite idea also. When the machine translation was introduced, there is a question raised by before that how the translation machine translation was introduced. It was actually introduced in 1944. 1944, it happened between two eminent scientists. Next. One is Andrew D. Booth, a British crystallographer, and Warren Weaver of the Rockefeller Foundation. They used the mechanical translation for their scientific purpose, for their official purpose. It is noted as the first mechanical translation in the machine translation system. Okay. And next. In 1959, a critical voice came out against the machine translation, who is Bar Gillel. In 1959, he drafted a report about the quality of the machine translation. He argued that fully automatic, high quality machine translation was impossible. It is a statement uttered by Bar Gillel in 1959. This statement is applicable in today's AI era also. Whether the fully automatic translation is applicable in artificial intelligence, that is a question, big question. Okay. He writes that not just at present, but in principle. The problem he raised was that of finding the right translation for pen in a context like the following. He has also explained with a context. Okay. Yes, you read the line that little John was looking for this toy box. Finally, he found it. The box was in the pen. John was very happy. If you have the mobile, you can type these sentences and ask the AI to translate it. How the pen is translated into Tamil or any of your mother tongue. That problem was raised in 1959 also. The writer, the critic, has justified his argument with 4 points. Here, pen would only have the interpretation of playpen. Whether the pen is playpen or the pen is the place. Next one is not the alternative. It is not the alternative for the writing material. If you find the word pen, I ask you to translate that word into English. How do you translate it? Goal, something you will translate it. The context is very important. Okay. The second point of the critic is this could be critical in deciding the correct translation for pen, whether it is the writing material or the playing pen or the box is found where the pen is also the place where the cattle are kept. Third one is discovering this depends on general knowledge about the world. The machine would not have the machine doesn't have the power of thinking. Okay, whatever the data is available in the machine, it will give you. Okay, fourth one is there would be no way of building such knowledge into your computer. Computer is not an intelligent. Whatever the input is available, it will vomit. Okay, so in this context, how far we can depend upon the machine translation? How far we can believe the machine translation? Okay, next. Okay. In Indian scenario, now we talked about translation, how the mechanical translation came into existence. Now we come down to narrow down to Indian context. Okay, in India, when the machine translation introduced, why? As our Vice Chancellor mentioned, there are 22 recognized languages in India. The 22 recognized official languages. We need to communicate other state persons officially to transact our business. We should speak in his own language or the global language. Our official language is English. We can speak in English or in our mother. So the translation is very much required in Indian context. The government of India has taken a lot of initiatives to introduce machine translations. In 1986, the Department of Electronics introduced knowledge-based computer system KPCS program. In 1991, Technology Development for Indian Languages DDIL. In 2000, Indian Language Corpora Initiative. These are the major initiatives of the government of India to promote machine translations. In these initiatives, IIT Kanpur plays a vital role. Then CETA, CETA Mumbai, then it has a branch in Pune. These institutions greatly involved in promoting machine translations. In the beginning, it was very structured. Domain-based translation or statistical-based translation. English dictionaries, or you take Hindi and Tamil dictionaries, are uploaded in the machines with equivalences and created some software systems that is used for translation. Whatever the meaning is available in the Hindi dictionary as equivalent to Tamil dictionary, it will generate a translation. Then rule-based translation. A verb must be translated as verb. A noun must be translated as noun. That is called rule-based translation. Then domain-based translation. The machine translation was introduced for promoting such domains, the very prominent domains, health sectors, agriculture sector, and finance, tourism. For these sectors, the domain-based translations were introduced in Indian context. Next, the very important thing is machine translation was also introduced in Rajya Sabha, the upper house of our Indian parliament system. There, the machine translation was introduced. That system was created by CEDAC Mumbai. Initially, it was used to translate the business matters. Today, this MP will talk on this subject. The minister will answer to this. What are the business matters were translated using the machine translation system? So, come to the point. I have listed out some important machine translation systems introduced by the government of India for some purposes. All the translations are rule-based translation, or statistics-based translation, or domain-based translation. They are not used for creative translation. Okay. First one is Angla Bharati, that was introduced by IIT Kanpur. It is used to translate a text in English to Indian languages. From English to Indian languages, it is rule-based and example-based translation. Another one is Anu Bharati. It is again the invention of IIT Kanpur. Indian languages to English. The first one is English to Indian languages. Second one is Indian languages to English. Third, Anu Saraga, IIT Hyderabad. IIT Hyderabad. A single institution cannot take all the responsibilities. They transferred some materials to the IIT Hyderabad to do some work. So the third one is Anu Saraga, that was run by Hyderabad IIT. Next one is Siva Sakti. This is a joint project work. IIT Hyderabad and IIC Bangalore. English, Hindi, Marathi and other languages. Statistical machine translation system. Mandra Raja Bhasha. It was created by CEDAC. The main purpose of this tool is to translate a text from English to Hindi, only for the official purpose. The international language and national language for government document, to translate government documents. Anu Badaksa. Again, it is a product of CEDAC Pune. It is used to translate a text in English to 8 Indian languages, including Tamil, for domain-based purpose. Agriculture, tourism, healthcare sectors. Okay, understand? The last one is I told you, Mandra Rajya Sabha. Mandra Rajya Sabha. It is the product of CEDAC Mumbai, used for the purpose of Rajya Sabha Secretariat to translate from English to Hindi. These are the main initiatives of the government of India to introduce machine translation systems. Okay. And next point. Come to the next. Another important, as your Vice Chancellor has rightly pointed out, he knows very well about the Central Institute of Indian Languages. That's why he has pointed out how the Central Institute of Indian Languages is working for promoting translations. The Central Institute of Indian Languages has launched a project called National Translation Mission. National Translation Mission. It conducts periodical training programs, periodical seminars and conferences to promote translation. If you are really interested in translation, you please go to the website National Translation Mission, they conduct free training programs for the interested person. 1 week or 15 days free training program. Everything is free. Food, accommodation, and transport, everything is free. You can go there and stay, get the training. Okay, the National Translation Mission. It has also brought out a beautiful journal, Translation Today. It's a very richest, rich journal in translation studies. Okay, this Central Institute of Indian Languages has brought out 5 artificial intelligence tools. 5 artificial intelligence tools for the translation purpose. Anuvadiga. Anuvadiga, you can translate text of any Indian languages, including English, to any Indian languages. From Tamil to Hindi, or English to Hindi, or Tamil to Malayalam, you can use this free software, artificial AI software. It is launched by Central Institute of Indian Languages. Another software is Libyan Tra. To make the transliteration, you can use this AI tool. Another one is Libita, image to text. Image to text. Anulegia, automatic speech recognition. It will recognize you are speaking in Tamil. If you want my speech, if you want to translate my speech into Malayalam, it will do. You can upload. You can upload an audio file in that software. It will do the translation. Okay. Audio you can speak your speeches. Next one is Anuvachiga, text to speech. It is very helpful for disabled person, hearing impaired, visually impaired person. This is very useful.
We are talking about National Translation Mission. It's a particular text here we have to do. It is available in Tamil Nadu.
Like it is that in Mysore, National Translation Mission is in Mysore. If you want to join the training program, you can go to Mysore. They will give you a very good training. In Indian languages, in Western translation system, we may have the experience of using Google Translate. Have you ever used that software to translate any material from Tamil to English or any other languages? Google Translate. Okay. Google Translator, it is doing translation work for Indian languages, Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, almost all the languages. Microsoft Translator, it is integrated. Amazon Translator, IPM Translator, Facebook Translators. They are doing a lot of works for Indian languages. If you go to the Principal Scientific Advisor website, you can find this data. Okay. Okay, then I come to the point. I have briefed you the history of translation, history of machine translation in the world, history of machine translation in India. Okay, now technology in translation. We have been talking about the technology in translation for the past for half an hour. Now, why we are using it? It is used in almost all the fields. In film, there is a subtitle. Have you heard about it? Subtitle. It is a very good business nowadays. Subtitle. If you are a very good translator, you can become a subtitler. Rex is a famous subtitler. She has translated subtitling for so many films, famous films also. Technology-driven translation in films, audio visuals, courtrooms. Last week there is an article in the Hindu. Artificial intelligence is used in the courtroom to find the judgments, to write the judgments. It is happening. It is used. It is used by the lawyers, even judges also. But the trustworthiness is very poor. According to the writer, according to the writer of that article, the trustworthiness is very poor. It needs human intervention to edit the lesson translation. Okay. Lesson can help us. Lesson can help us with some visual impacts. You imagine. There is a story in village background. A city boy is attempting to translate the text into his mother tongue or any other language. There is a very specific species. There is a specific plant in that village. That boy doesn't know anything about the plant. But you can ask the artificial intelligence. It will show you what is the name of the plant. It will show you what are the features of the plant. Why the plant, whether it is a medicinal plant or edible plants. It will give you many things. So the technology will help the translators with the visual ideas. Okay. Okay, here I give you the differences between human translation and machine translation. Sir is a human translator. Sir is a human translator. He can give suitable translation for idioms, metaphors, cultural nuances, emotion, creativity, context. But the machine, whether the machine can give opt equivalents for these things, it is questionable. Okay, so human translation is best for literature. Machine translation is very quick. It can translate thousands of pages within a minute, no problem. Cost effective. If you ask me to translate a 4-page essay, I may charge you 5,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees. And according to National Translation Mission, per word 1 rupee. To translate a word, the cost is 1 rupee. If it is not 1 rupee, it is a very simple word, 50 paisa. The cost of the translation may be higher.
Goes up to 100 rupees per word.
Yes, please. Yes, of course. So if you use the machine translation, it is very costly. You can get the translation immediately without spending a single penny from your own pocket. So we can use it. Relies on data. When artificial intelligence was introduced, I typed my name. I want to know about me. It generates that Dr. Mahendran is the Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Open University. But it gets improved now. Germany is also there. Because whatever the data is, unless there is a data, we could not get any translation. Okay. Best for technical and non-literary text. Non-literary text. We can't use it for literary text. We can use it to some extent. Okay. So these are the major differences between human translation and machine translation. Next. Okay. Okay. There are a lot of critical comments about machine translation. Okay, almost. As I already cited Bar Village comments, here is another comment is expert human translator use the background knowledge mostly subconsciously in order to resolve syntactic and semantic ambiguities. There is a problem in word. There is a problem in the sentence. The human translator can easily solve the problem with his own knowledge. Whereas the machine will either have to leave unresolved or resolved by some mechanical rule which will ever show up and result in a wrong translation. The machine may leave it. That is called in human translation omitted அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். நமக்கு தெரியல ரொம்ப கஷ்டம்னா omit பண்ணுவோம் translate omission அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். But machine is also doing such things. So we could not believe the machine translation fully. The next famous, the recent Booker Prize winner, Bob Bosky. In the history of Booker Prize, Bob Bosky is the first winner for translation. Bob Bosky is a Kannada writer, Kannada translator. She translated Banu Ustad in Kannada. Banu Ustad short stories in Kannada into English. With the support of PEN America, her final comment is, she was interviewed by PEN America about the machine translation. Her reply is very, very clear. Machine-led translation will never win because a machine would just look at the language and then vomit out something in other language. It does not experience life. Doesn't experience life. Which is why artificial intelligence translations will not have the heart and the soul that a human brings into the art life. So now you say whether we can use technology or not for translation. We must use the technology for translation. To what extent? That is in our hand. Okay, this article is available in PEN or website. If you want, you can read it. I highlighted the very important AI projects of Central Institute of Indian Languages. In the home page of that website also, there is a disclaimer. Whether all the 5 tools can be used for translation, to what extent? Whether all the 5 tools give you proper translation. The Central Institute of Indian Languages describes that it is the use of the tools may not be appropriate. So it may misbehave sometimes. That means it would not give our translation for our purpose. Okay. There is 2 words. Raja is a very famous translator from Tamil to English. He is a professor of English in Pondicherry College. Raja. I read a book, Molipeyapur Enum Kalai, written by Professor Panjangam, retired professor of Tamil professor from Pondicherry University. In the book, the Raja has mentioned there is a word, நம்ம சொல்லுவோம் எச்சி சாக்லேட், ஒரு பையன் கடிச்சிட்டு இன்னொரு பையன் இந்த சாக்லேட் கொடுக்குறது, இல்லை சிகரெட்டே ஒரு குடிச்சு இன்னொரு குடிக்கிறது, டீயை நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், சில இடங்கள்ல வந்து ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாருமே ஒரு டீயை குடிச்சிட்டு நம்ம கலோக்கலா இருக்குது, எச்சில் சிகரெட்டு, எச்சில் டீ. இதை நான் என்ன எப்படி டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு அவர் சொல்லியிருக்காரு, அந்த புக்லையும் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. இது எப்படி சொல்றது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு சரி நம்ம ஒரு ஆர்டிபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் செக் பண்ணி பார்ப்போம்னு சொல்லிட்டு நேற்று கூட போட்டு பார்த்தேன். என்ன சொல்றது, எச்சில் சிகரெட் வந்து சீவ்ட் சிகரெட், சலைவா சோப்டு சிகரெட். Whether it is correct? Next, எச்சில் டீ, saliva tainted tea or saliva mixed tea. Saliva mixed tea யார் குடிக்க முடியும்? என்ன இருக்குன்னா அதுக்கான டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் என்ன கொடுக்கும்? சிம்பிளா என்ன சொல்லலாம்? யூஸ்டு சிகரெட். Used cigarette. You know, if a human translate that word, he can use used cigarette. Machine translate பண்ணா அப்படிதான் பண்ணுது. இப்போ இதே போல HLT அப்படி கொடுக்கலாம், டேஸ்டட் டீ கூட சொல்லலாம், சிப்டு டீ கூட சொல்லலாம். அது நம்மளுடைய அந்த மீனிங் அப்படியே ஆர்க்கான டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணி போனாலும் பண்ணலாம். பட் மெஷினோட வேலை என்ன இருக்கு? இப்படி ஒரு அபத்தமான டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன். If you use this translation, what would be? இதையே நீங்க இன்னொருக்க பாருங்க. You take this word that is called bad translation. இந்த phrase மட்டும் எடுத்து again you ask the artificial intelligence to translate it. அது என்ன எச்சில் கலந்த டீ தான் வரும். saliva mixed tea ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். எச்சில் கலந்த டீ அப்படிதான். நம்மளுடைய ஆனா ஒரிஜினல் கான்செப்ட் எச்சில். That is lost in machine translation அப்படிங்கிறது. And now come to my experience, the pen drive. I have been translating short stories of C.M. Muthu, a famous writer. His works are mainly focusing on Tanjavur regional literature. It is written in dialects. நானும் கொஞ்சம் அட்டெம்ப்ட் பண்ணி பார்த்தேன், டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணலாம்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தேன். ஒரு 8 I have selected 15 short stories for translation. So far I have completed 8 short stories. இப்போ அந்த டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் நம்ம செக் பண்ணி பார்ப்போம், டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்ப்போம் ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணுது என்னன்னு பார்ப்போம். இப்போ இதை நான் என்ன பண்ணி பார்த்தேன்னா, இவருடைய சில I have taken some dialects, some statements to translate with artificial intelligence tool and the Anuvadika. Anuvadika is a AI tool promoted by Central Institute of Indian Languages. அது போட்டு பார்த்தேன், நான் ஃபைனலாக சொல்றேன். ஜஸ்ட் ஈவன் கடப்பாறை எடுத்து எனி அதர் ஸ்டேட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இஸ்க்கு நான் தமிழ் ஸ்பீக்கிங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட். இவன் கடப்பாறையை எடுத்து முங்கு முங்கென்று சிமெண்ட் தளத்தை பெயர்க்கலானா? This is a Tamil statement. The first one is by A. He took the crowbar and noisily pried up the cement floor. The second one is C.A.2. He took the shopkeeper and moved the cement site to mungu mungu. You understand? Whether these two translations are correct or not? Which one is better, you can answer. If I ask you which one is better, you can say first one is better. But to me, these two translations are not correct. He took up the crowbar noisily sound and the mongu mongu அப்படிங்கிறது it is a music. இப்படி ஒரு தலையை வந்து நம்ம சொல்றோம்னா அந்த கல்ச்சரை கொண்டு போகும். The culture is lost in that place. Cement floor. This is cement floor. But according to the context of the story, அது pavement, cement pavement. அப்ப அந்த டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் என்னவா இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது இது ஓபன் ஆகுதா மேடம்? அந்த அந்த இது ஓபன் ஆகுதா? These are the examples. Next, another one. You see this one. அந்த மரம் தாடியில் இருந்த பெண் மாதிரி காற்றில் ஆடிக்கொண்டிருந்தது. ஒரு மரம் நட்டு வச்சிருக்காரு, திடீர்னு அந்த மரம் வந்து தேங்காவெல்லாம் பறிச்சுட்டு போயிட்டா அவன் அந்த கலரை அந்த இருக்கக்கூடிய ஸ்டோரியில போயிருந்தோம், அப்படியே பதறி போய் நிற்கிறான். அப்ப மரத்தை பாக்குறான், என்னடா நைட்டு விழுந்து தேங்காய் காலையில பார்த்தா இல்ல, யாரோ திருட்டு போயிட்டாங்க. இதுதான் அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன். இந்த மரத்தை பார்க்கும்போது அவர் என்ன நினைக்கிறாரு, அந்த ரைட்டர் வந்து எப்படி அந்த மரம் தாளியில் அந்த பெண் மாதிரி காற்றில் ஆடிக்கொண்டிருந்தது. இது எப்படி ஏஐ என்ன பண்ணுதுன்னா, the tree was swaying in the wind like a widow. ஆல்மோஸ்ட் பெட்டர், ஆல்மோஸ்ட் நல்லாவே இருக்கு. ஆனா நம்ம ஏஐ கவர்மெண்டோட டூல் எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கு? The tree was playing in the air like a woman with a broken palm. பாருங்க, அப்ப எதை யூஸ் பண்ணணும், எந்த டூல் யூஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம விமர்சனம். இங்க பாருங்க, எடுத்து இந்தரி அந்த பொம்பளையா தேர்தல நிக்குது. இந்தரி அப்படிங்கிறது பார்த்தா அது ஒரு அப்படிங்கிற போல ஒரு வாய்ஸ் சவுண்ட் தான், அப்படின்னு சொல்றது போல. இட் ஹாஸ் நோ மீனிங். அதை எப்படி வந்து அந்த ஏஐ பண்ணிருக்கு லுக் அப்படிங்கிற போல பண்ணுது, அதுவே இது இல்லை. தட் உமன் இஸ் ஸ்டாண்டிங் இன் தி எலெக்ஷன் கொஸ்டின் போல இருக்கு அந்த ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட். இந்த ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் பாருங்க, பட் செகண்ட் வந்து சிஏஏ பண்ணது எப்படி பண்ணிருக்கு, இந்தரி அப்படின்னா அது ஒரு நேம் போலயே டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுது. தட் இஸ் ராங். ஸ்டூட் இன் த பொம்பளை எலெக்ஷன். இது நெக்ஸ்ட் எக்ஸாம்பிள். காலை பூத்திருந்தது, வயலில் சனி மூளை பக்கம் நின்றபடி கண்ணுக்கு எட்டிய தூரம் வரை நெல்மணிகள் பழுத்து செழித்து விளைந்திருந்ததை பெருமையுடன் பார்த்தார் சண்முகப்பூ. Morning at dawn, standing on the western side of the field, Shanmugam Pillai looked with the pride at the paddy crops that had ripened and flourished as far as the eye could see. அது ஏஐனுடைய டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன், ஓரளவு அக்செப்டபிள் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன். Next one is CAL tool. It was morning. Shanmugam Pillai proudly watched as the paddy fields were rich and flourishing in the field facing sunny moon. இப்போ இந்த சனி மூளை அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து அது நம்மளுடைய கலோரி, அது கல்ச்சர் பேஸ்டு. அது வெஸ்டர்ன் சைடு அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம கரெக்டா சொல்ல முடியுமா? சனி மூணுன்னா நம்மளுடைய why we are translating a text from one language to another language to transfer the culture. So that word must be in italics. அந்த word translation கூட யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம். சனி மூலையே போட்டிருந்தா கூட we can give a footnote. எழுதிருந்தா கூட நம்மளுடைய கல்ச்சரை டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்றது போல இருக்கும். பட் ஏன்னா இட்ஸ் எ மெஷின், அதுக்கு அதெல்லாம் தெரியாது, அதனால அதை டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிருக்கு. அடுத்தது இங்க இது நல்ல பியூட்டிஃபுல்லா இருக்கு சார். தங்கப்பன் மேரி என்று நின்று கொண்டிருந்தான். அப்படின்னா ஏதோ ஒண்ணு கேட்குறீங்க, பதிலே சொல்ல முடியல, அப்படியே முடிச்சுக்கிட்டு நிக்கிறத என்னடா அப்படி மேலே நிக்கிற பதில் சொல்ற அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியும். இந்த கான்டெக்ட் தான் அந்த ஸ்டோரியில வர்றாங்க. அது எப்படி ஏஐ டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிருக்கு? தங்கப்பன் வாஸ் ஸ்டாண்டிங் சேயிங் மீ. அந்த மேவ மீங்கிறது போறது நம்மளுடைய அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங். அதோட அடுத்தது தங்கப்பன் வாஸ் ஸ்டாண்டிங் அஸ் மே. அந்த மேங்கிற வார்த்தை தெரியாம அந்த மந்த்னு நினைச்சிருச்ச ஒண்ணு ஒரு மிஷின் வந்து அது என்னன்னு நினைச்சிருச்சு. That's why this kind of false translation. பூனை கவுச்ச விட்டா கூட பேசுறியா அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு இடியம், ஒரு ப்ராவர்ப். அந்த கிராமத்து பக்கம் சொல்லக்கூடியது. என்னடா இதுக்கப்புறம் என்கிட்ட பேசவே மாட்டியா, என்கிட்ட வரவே மாட்டியா, பூனை வந்து கவுச்சே விட்டுருமா, பூனை என்னைக்காவது நான்வெஜ் சாப்பிட்றத விடுமா, விடாது. அது என்னைக்கு நான்வெஜ் சாப்பிட்டா உலகமே அழிஞ்சது போல, அது போல இனிமேல் வரவே மாட்டியா, என்னை பார்க்கவே மாட்டியா, என்னை பேசவே மாட்டியா, என்னோட உறவு அவ்வளவுதானே அப்படின்னு சொல்ற கதையை பூனை கவுச்ச விட்டா கூட பேசுறியாக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறது ஆர்டிபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் எப்படி பண்ணுது. If a cat gets hold of the fish, it will take like a parrot. It will talk like a parrot. இது ஏதோ ஒண்ணு அது கற்பனையா பண்ணுது, ஆனா வந்து சரியான டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன். இதெல்லாம் சொன்னோம் இல்லையா, அன்ரிசால்வ்டு ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ். ரிசால்வ் பண்ணோம்னா ஒமிட் பண்ணிட்டு போகுது. The cat talks in a cookbook. இது என்ன மீனிங் ஒண்ணுமே தெரியல. அப்ப இது போல டூல்ஸ் நம்ம மெஷின் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் நம்ம இது போல லிட்ரேச்சருக்கு யூஸ் பண்ண முடியுமானா முடியாது. அடுத்த பழமொழி, வேலியில போற ஓனான பிடிச்சி காதுகுள்ளர விட்டுட்டு கட்டவையா, இந்த ஆளை எதுக்குதான் கூப்பிட்டோம் என்று ஆகிவிட்டது தங்கராஜ். இது ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட். இது எப்படி டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிருக்கு பாருங்க. Proverb, there are two different ideas to translate the proverb. If you find a suitable proverb in the target language, you can use that proverb. Unless you find a suitable proverb in the target language, you can translate it into other language. The translation can happen. Otherwise, you can use it. Whatever is the existing proverb is available in the proverb. But in the போல தான் அபத்தமான டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் தான். டைம் இருக்கிறதுனால இது ஓகே. இப்போ ஏஐ வந்து என்ஹான்ஸ் ஆயிருக்கா இல்லை? whether it has improved its quality or not.
Quality in translation.
Quality in translation. How can we prove it? When AI was introduced, anything, almost 2003 அந்த ரேஞ்ச். நான் இப்ப என்ன பண்ணேன்னா ஒரு ஏஐ டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக I have taken a news item published in Times of India to put it in 3 translation tools, online translation tools: AI, Quillpot, and Google Translate. அதை பத்தி ஒரு ரிசர்ச் பண்ணி பார்த்தேன். இதான் கண்டென்ட், படிக்கிறதுக்கு நேரம் இருக்காது. இந்த கண்டென்ட்டை AI வந்து 2003ல how it translated this content in 2003, how it translated yesterday. அப்படி 2003ல டைட்டில் மட்டுமாவது பாருங்க. சவுத் கொரியன் சிட்டி turns to matchmaking to boost low birth rates. இதான் டைட்டில். In 2003 குறைந்த பிறப்பு விகிதமைக்கு உயர்த்த தேர்வு செய்யும் தென்கொரிய நகர். அந்த டைட்டிலையும் பாருங்க, இதையும் பாருங்க. In 2003, in 2005 எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பாருங்க. Yesterday, பிறப்பு விகிதம் குறைவதை தடுக்கும் முயற்சியாக தென்கொரியா நகரம் திருமண வைப்பாளர்களை நாடுகிறது. இது ஒரு அக்செப்டபிள் வருது. பட் என்ன ஹியூமன் இன்டர்வென்ஷன் இஸ் ரெக்வயர்ட். ஆனா சரியா இல்லை. பட் கண்டென்ட் பார்த்தா இந்த 2003 between 2003 and 5 there is some improvements. There is some. We must accept. அப்ப technology is getting improvements. Technology is giving lot of developments for the society, and it is also developing itself. அது தன்னையே வளர்த்துக்குது அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம இப்ப என்ன, what are the opportunities? We come to the main picture. Opportunities and challenges. What are the opportunities in machine translation? We can have e-dictionaries, thesaurus, web pages, and encyclopedias. These are the main tools for translation. You can immediately access all the tools for in this. Instant translation is possible. If you ask me to translate a 400 words paragraph, I may take 2 hours or 3 hours. But the machine, within a minute, you can do it. Access to basic information. You must know what is what, that's all. You have to analyze it, whether that is correct or not. Remove language barriers. You are in, imagine you are in Assam. You don't know Assam, but you know some Assami. You want some Assami instruction, or you want to know some Assami words. You can ask the Google or AI. They will give you. Grammar check. That is good. You can use the AI for grammar check. Reverse translation. I told you I have translated 8 short stories. This is the original text. I will show you the doctored text. After translating, I put it in the AI to translate my English version into Tamil. I translated the Tamil version into English. I asked the machine to translate my English version into Tamil. Why? Whether I have rightly translated the text. Whom will I check? If I have a senior professor, I can check with him whether my translation are good. An expert like Professor James Rasera, I go and meet him whether my translation is good. But I seek the guidance of the AI. I put my English translation in AI to find out whether the translation is almost the real story is there. So I can say that my translation is better. Okay. Challenges. quality and accuracy is very critical. You can't say that it is quality. அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. Accuracy is also a problem. Accuracy is also a problem in Muslim translation. It doesn't translate properly the idioms, proverbs, dialect, and cultural nuances. Requires human post-editing. Human intervention is required. Provides only one translation. If all the 50% uses the same source text to translate into the target language in English, you will get only one single translation. But in human translation, if I ask you, if I give you a passage to translate into English, I may get 50 different translations. That is the Shakespeare. Many translators translated Shakespeare's say what even Othello, single drama, but different perspectives are there. If a drama is translated by a woman, you may find a different perspective. By a man, that may be different. The perspectives may be different. Gender perspectives would be there. Okay. But in machine, it is impossible. Then who is the translator in AI? எல்லாம் அடி இந்த ஏஐ வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் டிரான்ஸ்லேட்டர்ஸனுடைய ஜாப் இஸ் கொஸ்டின். அவங்க என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? நல்லா ஏர்ன் பண்ணி there are so many. நம்ம என்ன இங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டப்ளின் யூனிவர்சிட்டி இருக்கு, டப்ளின் நீ யூனிவர்சிட்டி. இட் இஸ் நோன் ஃபார் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ். நீங்க ரொம்ப இடத்துல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபாரின்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா there is a department called translation and interpretation. It is a main translation studies மட்டும் தனியாக translation and interpretation அப்படின்னு. இப்போ எல்லாமே இந்த டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் வந்து இப்போ என்ன நம்மளுடைய ரோல் என்ன? Machine is that. What is our role? We can be the post editor. We can check whether it is right or wrong and edit the machine translation. Then the literary translator. The literature cannot be translated by the machine. So we can act as a literary translator. They collaborated with an empty system. The translator try to use machine and get some collaboration. How can improve that system? We can help. Okay, final slide is I come to the conclusion whether we can use technology for translation or not. Technology always eases our translation and connects us globally. Yes, we can use any new invention. We can use the technology, but it can never replace human beings. Where Vice Chancellor mentioned this word, technology never replace human. Can never replace. Its success lies in proper use. How you are using is the matter. How you are using is the matter. Whether if you are using the text properly, that's good. If you are using the machine properly, that is good. Another, you try to use technology for translation purpose. You intervene it and edit it and use it for your own purpose. Okay. Final. That's all. Thank you. Before that, I will show you some on the word அந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஐ வில் கிவ். எப்படி நான் இந்த டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ண சில இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் அந்த இதை சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, அதை மட்டும் சொல்லிட்டு இந்த வேர்ட் இது போல ஒரு 8 ஸ்டோரிஸ் தான் நான் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். கீழே இங்கே வந்து வரும். அதுல அந்த ஒரே ஒரு சொன்னல அந்த கடப்பாறையை வச்சு மூங்குன்னு எப்படி வந்து குழி போடுறாங்கிறத நான் என்ன டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிருன்னு சொல்லுங்க. நான் எப்படி பண்ணேன்? Think. He began breaking the concrete pavement with a grope. கமலா அந்த ஒரே ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் நான் சொன்னது. அந்த அது ஏஐ பண்ணது நம்ம மனுஷன் பண்ணது நல்லா இருக்குதா, எது பெட்டரா இருக்குன்னு பாருங்க. அடுத்த ஸ்டோரியில வருது. The tree was swinging in the air like a widow. Almost அந்த அது விண்ட்னு போட்டிருந்துச்சு, நான் ஏர்னு போட்டிருக்கிறேன். ஓ அந்த இந்தரி இந்த பொம்பளை எலெக்ஷன்ல நிக்குதுங்கிறத ஓ இஸ் தட் லேடி கண்டெஸ்டிங் த எலெக்ஷன் அப்படின்னு நான் பண்ணியிருக்கிறேன். அந்த இது காலையில போயிட்டு அந்த வயலை பாக்குறாரு இல்லையா. இட் இஸ் த ஏர்லி மார்னிங் ஸ்டாண்டிங் அட் த சதர்ன் ஈஸ்டர்ன் சைட் ஆஃப் திஸ் ஃபீல்ட். சனிமூலை அப்படின்னு எனக்கு புரியும். அவர் வெஸ்டர்ன் சைடு போட்டிருந்தாரு. நாம கொஞ்சம் அந்த கல்ச்சர் தெரிஞ்சதால நான் சதர்ன் ஈஸ்டர்ன் சைடு, சவுத் ஈஸ்டர்ன் சைடுன்னு போட்டிருக்கிறேன். After this field, Sanmana Pillai proudly looked at the paddy crops, carrying a lot of branches. அந்த நெல் மணிகளை பிடிச்சு பாக்குறாருங்கிறத ஆட்டோ கொண்டு வரணும். Grain spreading out almost stone throw distance அப்படிங்கிற போல நான் என்னுடைய டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன்ல கொண்டு வந்திருக்கேன். அந்த தங்கப்பன் மேனு பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருந்தாங்கிறத நான் சிம்பிளா தங்கப்பன் இஸ் bewildered. ஒரு தகச்சு போய் நின்னா அப்படி அந்த வார்த்தையை நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். அதனால யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கேன். இந்த பாருங்க அந்த இது பூனை கவுச்ச விட்டாப்புல. Do you speak like a cat abstains from non-vegetarian? Do you speak like அப்படிங்கிற போல பார்த்திருக்கேன். அதே போல சில ப்ராவர்ப்ஸ் ரொம்ப இருக்கு. அது நான் இந்த இது இந்த இது வெளியில போற ஓனான எடுத்து இதுல விட்டு கதையா அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு தங்கராஜ் felt guilty for having invited him as it had voluntarily brought about unwanted disputes. அதை நான் அப்படியே டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிட்டேன். அந்த ஆப்டான இது தெரியாதனால I have translated the whole proverb. இது போல these are my just examples தான். Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll be having a Q&A session, so I kindly request the participants, both offline and online, to pose your questions. Does anybody have any questions? You can kindly ask them. If you want to clear any doubts, kindly come forward. To the offline participants and to the online participants, you can leave your comments in the comment section.
I have written a critical essay about Pama's translation. கருக்கு பாமாவோட கருக்குல பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க வந்து கருவாயன் அப்படின்னு ஒருத்தருக்கு பேர். கருவாயன்ங்கிறது பட்ட பேர். இட்ஸ் a nickname. நம்ம ஊர்ல சொல்லுவோம் கருப்பா இருந்தா கருவாயன், இல்லை ஏதோ வார்த்தை எது சொன்னாலும் தப்பா படிக்கலாம் கருவாயன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஆனா பாமாவுடைய கருக்கு லக்ஷ்மி ஹோம்ஸ்டாங் தான் டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நீங்க போய் பாருங்க, பிளாக் மவுத்தன் அப்படின்னு டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். I have written a beautiful essay, a critical essay about Bama's Karukku translation. It's done by eminent translator Lakshmi Comstar. Still, there are so many equivalence problems in the translation. Any questions? No questions.
Any questions? Any observations? PG, you have a paper. UG also have a paper on translation. Or we ask that. Any questions? So I have a question, sir. So we cannot actually avoid AI or machine learning at present or even future. So how translators can survive? Being doing the original translation. You have given like post editing and other things, right? But can the world ever realize the importance of the essence, the originality of translator?
Yes, ma'am. When you want to understand the culture of the original language, the source language. When you want to understand and realize the culture of the source language or source text, you will definitely seek a human translator. The machine cannot translate the culture of any language or any country. So only the human translator can do justice for the cultural aspects. So the need of human translator is still there. We can't avoid the human translator.
And also, I just thought of sharing something. When we translate a passage from mother language, close language to the target language, we need the vocabulary, appropriate vocabulary. For example, you have like in your translation, you have mentioned like bewildered, like he was bewildered. The word which came to my mind is awestruck. Correct, sir. So when we have too many more or less similar words, how do we choose the most appropriate word for translation?
According to the theorists and critics of translation, we can't say that all the words are opt words. Only approximate translation
Can be done.
Approximate translation is possible. You refer to the thesaurus or dictionary. Which word may be suitable for the
More or less.
More or less.
Okay.
Almost approximate.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening session. I think at this point, AI, there's been a growing concern about it replacing humans. But your session has enlightened us that it is not completely true, and that as long as we are in touch with the humanity side, and as we, equip ourselves with proper tools and several AI softwares available, and work with AI and not against it, I think, like you said, humans can't be completely replaced. So thank you so much, sir, for introducing us to various types of translation available and the various sources available. Thanks a lot, sir. And now I would like to announce that it's going to be a tea break for 5 minutes. So yes, and the session 1 has completely come to a close. We'll be having a session 2 after tea break. Thank you all.